Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are back with another episode here on the Wastes. It is a little late tonight. We did have some people who had other engagements, but we are glad they are here this evening. As you know, this is here on the Wastes. My name is Scott, aka Shogi. This game is a futuristic science fiction game set in the distant future of 2422 on the alien planet known as Soldaria. As you see, unfortunately tonight we do not have Shane. Shane's internet is completely out, unfortunately. Hopefully he'll definitely be back next week once he gets that taken care of. Unfortunately, those real world problems of freaking internet and technology. But we do have the crew back here. We have Mr. Ran 118 here, who just came back from being a successful play. Is that what it was that you were doing?
No. I was singing at a big concert,
So bar mitzvah.
Yeah, there you go. Big bar mitzvah concert at the Methodist Church. It was crazy.
All the fans, right? Well, we're so happy to have him here tonight. We have Burgher, the king of cheese himself. How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Good, wonderful. And we have Mike. How you doing today, Mike?
Doing good.
Got
Doing
the
great.
rock going. He is ready to rock and roll. And again, unfortunately, we don't have Shane. It is going to be a short stream for us tonight. We're still going to end 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're not going to take up any more of your time. We're just going to jump right into this. As last we left here, our group, episode number 20, you were trying to get... Somebody has...
Doing good. Doing great.
Somebody has their thing on.
Yeah, the stream was coming through, I think.
Somebody's got the stream going. Is that you, Mike?
No. Oh, I heard something. I thought it was my thing.
Yeah, it's not me. Okay. Either way, you both were getting cybernetic torsos done with the help of Dr. Ace Mars, who was kind of working on the blueprints for you. Kind of gave you a little bit of a sneak peek look at what the possibilities of his Titan frame construction could be, as well as you just landed just outside, probably about a mile or so, I believe is exactly where you're at, outside of the quarries of North Black Downs. You did last speak with Tyrion, who told you that the Clockwork King would like to have an agreement with you in order to take out a few relatively big names, as well as obtain any other information that you could, and left all that into your hands and up to your discretion on how you wanted to do that, or in what order you wanted to take care of this. Tyrion does give you some information that the quarries of North Black Downs have been relatively silent for almost 20 plus years and shut down, but have recently, in the past few weeks here, been started up again and have been running full steam almost 24/7. As that, you're just outside of North Black Downs. It is pretty heavy, stormy, raining weather. You are in the brand new comfort of the new Rev Jet. I'm sorry, the Our Jet.
The R-Jet.
The R-Jet.
The R-Jet.
The R-Jet. Inside, standing there next to Dr. Ace Mars, is Rev and Voldo. What exactly did you guys want to do?
Well, it doesn't seem like we're gonna get our new Titan frames too quickly, with Dr. Mars being a little indisposed.
He's just behind working on them.
The doctor looks at you, gentlemen, and just goes, "Listen, boys. Takes a little time.
Can't rush perfection."
He goes, "Well, of course you can't. This is the good stuff. Well, like the B+ stuff. But it's still the good stuff. This is my shitty Shane. But the good stuff, gentlemen.
All right. Well, you work on the good stuff. I guess we need to plan on how we want to approach this mine.
Well, before you guys do that, as a doctor, whatever you guys want to do, I think it's best that I stay behind and continue to work on these upgrades. Is that okay with you, gentlemen?
It's a great idea.
Because besides,
Yeah, you need to focus.
Yes.
I'm an old guy. I might just slow you gentlemen up. Even though I'm spry, and I got something to fight for.
Don't be hard on yourself, Doctor.
I got no objections to it.
Well, I appreciate that. But I do have some questions, though, gentlemen. You tell me exactly. You did pay good money. But as you kind of see in front of him, on his workbench is this 3D holographic image, and it kind of flickers between a cybernetic arm, the torso itself, the legs, and a head. And he kind of like flips it through, and he just kind of like he's showing you exactly what you could be paying for in the end. And he just goes, "Do you each want the exact same thing? Or did you want to change things up a little bit for each one of you? I need to get some specifications exactly what you guys are requiring."
Definitely change things up a little bit. Are you talking just aesthetically wise?
Well, I could do both of those. You could tell me. But I need to know exactly what kind of material I might be having to use. So think about the investment you're making into yourself.
Well, for me personally,
What about you, human? Fair enough.
personally, as a, combat cyborg,
Of course.
being able to move around really, I am, I promise. Being able to move around
I saw
the
that
battlefield.
video feed.
That's right.
You didn't look like one.
I'm not somebody you want to take lightly.
Sure, that one shot. It's awesome.
All right, that was one time, okay? One time. Just
One time's all it takes.
You want me to?
All right.
You want me to put like pillows in your backside for every time you go down?
All right, Doc. You're not making me very, enthusiastic about your work. If you're talking about pillows over here,
It's the best.
okay. I want to be able to move quicker around the battlefield, and move quicker and less likely to be seen by my enemies. Those are my two goals.
With that, he just goes, "Well, take this. While we were flying over here, I was able to work on this." And it's just essentially like a little microchip capacitor that you can actually put directly into your chest unit. And he goes, "That'll help improve your mirage abilities."
Ah, all right. That's what I'm talking about, Doc.
And the moment you do that, he just goes, "Wow, looks like a rust bucket in there."
Hey, you built this thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't clean. When was the
No.
last time you got a scrub down?
Well, I had an oil bath over in Canberra a couple months ago. That count?
You should consider a few more of those.
All right.
Thank-
Doctor's orders.
Thank the makers. Your C-3PO moment.
This oil bath is going to feel so lovely.
What about you, Voldo?
All right, Doc. The main thing I'm going for is an increased armor rating, and if somehow we could possibly increase my exhaust, I wouldn't mind that one as well. But pretty much armor for the most part.
Might be able to work something like that. Of course, all those take time. I can assure you that all my original Titan framing will increase and be much more durable, so you'll be able to take more blows, as well as being more agile and such.
Good.
Okay.
You could always use that.
But sometimes, depending on the combination of things, maybe something else comes out of it. Maybe a little magic, a little spark.
I like magic.
Do you?
I do like magic. I also like a little spark.
Well, excellent. But then you've met the right doctor. 'Cause
I'm
that's-
trusting you on this one, Doc.
That's what I bring: magic and spark. Just ask your friend here, and he points to Otis.
I just look at him and shake my head.
He goes, "Let me ask you a quick question, gentlemen. I need to know specifics here. Are you looking at calarium or titanium?"
Which one's going to give more flexibility?
Calarium's going to give more durability. Titanium's going to give more flexibility.
Titanium for me.
And calarium for me. Give me something that's more durable.
With any of these things, there could be a little extra charge. You have to understand that I do have to continue to keep paying for, obviously, modifications, resources themselves. They don't come easy. I mean, any of you guys heard of calarium reinforced para-aramid fibers?
No, look around at everybody else, asking them.
What about
No.
any high-tension electroactive fibers as well?
You're the doc.
I'm just going to take a step back at this point now.
Anyone?
I am going to say, I did pay you last time for that
That's what-
garage upgrade, so
I recall that as well.
down payment.
I'm just gonna
Hopefully.
stare through him.
Sure.
There we go.
Any of you guys know where I can get more actuators, capacitors, nanotubing? Of course, upgraded power supplies. You can go ion fusion or hydraulic.
I'll
or
tell
of
you,
a liquid plasma based.
I did some work on the RevJet down at Bighorn. They had a pretty good junkyard down there.
I'm pretty sure we passed a Radio Shack on the way.
Radio Shack?
Yes.
What is radio?
Oh,
It's-
stop banging your feet on the.
Just move on. Sorry.
Does she know where Radio Shack is?
She's going there now. Yeah. What? I can't hear you. Go away.
So, titanium for you, Rev?
Titanium it is, sir.
Calarium for you. What exactly? Unfortunately, I can't make a full set. It does take a lot of resources. So let's start with one piece per
Sounds
person.
good.
Did you still want the torso, which will take a lot?
I
Luckily,
think
it
I'd
looks
like-
like they did stock us full of some compliments of Tarian and obviously her group.
I think I'd like the legs, actually. I want to be able to move. So if I get some new titanium leg upgrades, that'll
Alright,
do me.
then we could do that. What about you, Voldo?
Something that would be more durable, so probably around the torso to start with.
Sorry, I have to take notes.
But you're the doctor, so.
You are a doctor. Hope you can read your own notes.
Actually, he's using like a data jack. He's just like typing this in, and you can just see it scroll up into the workbench itself. Unfortunately, I use pencil and paper. I use that power. So what you actually see from in front of him is his workstation is a dual-arm molecular synthesis replicator. And it has two arms that start to come out and start to create this 3D imaging of Rev's legs. And Rev, you notice that it's completely interactive. You can touch it, you can blow it up,
Wow.
you can add different things or whatever. You can even do the coloration and the aesthetics, the look of it.
Black.
He merely looks at you and he just goes, "Anything that you prefer? Extra capacity? Hidden compartments?"
I would, we have these grenades. I wouldn't mind a kind of like what you got going on, a little sneaky hidey hole for some grenades.
He looks at you and he just you don't get the stuff I get.
Okay,
You get the stuff below.
Well, you asked. I mean, what should I get?
So my compartments can hold 3 apiece.
Okay, how about one that holds only 3, not 2?
He
Is
looks
that
at you
like
and he just
big?
goes, "Yeah, I think I can do that for you."
Okay, all right.
And you just want it in black,
Yeah, black.
matte black, jet black, metallic black,
Hmm.
Rev jet
What is
black.
Arjet.
What
Jet
color
black.
was the rib jet? I think matte black with highlights of metallic sheen.
He takes it and he just goes, "Not bad."
I have a sense of style.
And he looks at you. He kind of like looks at you and he looks over you, and kind of like lifts his hat and kind of puts it back down and kind of like tucks at his like suit and just kind of goes, "Yeah, Voldo."
I'm glad he understands.
And with that, he swipes that one, and your blueprint schematic comes up. He goes, "What would you like?"
First, I'm gonna want it in a matte red, a distressed matte red.
Okay.
Alrighty. And I think I'm also gonna go with just a little pocket there that I can throw 3 extra grenades in.
And he just goes, Rev only got one.
Okay, 1 extra grenade. My bad.
So 1 extra? I can do that for you.
Yeah, 1 extra.
All right. Each one of you go ahead and roll a d20.
Eight.
And there we go. 9.
Okay. As he does take this information in, you get a sense that he kind of like, maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't. Your persuasion's ability, where you get the sense that he just becomes, he fully just gets invested in, once he hears what you want, that he starts to build. And though he did ask you what those things were, you almost get a sense that went in one ear and out the other, and whatever
He's gonna make what he
thinks
wants to make.
he's gonna create is what you're gonna get.
All right, I'm gonna pull out a 100 checks and just kind of slip them to him.
Checks.
Feels like money.
Are you
45 checks then.
45 checks? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
14.
Okay, what exactly are you saying to him?
I just want him to start working on mine first and to get it done right.
Okay, as he's starting to create this blueprint, and the synthesis starts to take form here. You kind of like stop him, and as he's kind of like working on Revs, you kind of slide him the checks and you whisper a few things to him, and he just looks back at Rev and waits for Rev to do something.
Rev sends a, text message with my what's it called? Sidekick,
Uh-huh.
and say, "Remember that 1,000 check down payment I gave you?"
Roll persuasion with advantage.
All right. Oh wow! Glad I had advantage. 13.
With that, he
I rolled
just
a 1 on the other one.
He looks back, he sees that, and he kind of like obscures it from Voldo. Right? He kind of like looks down and he looks at Voldo and he just goes, "Stand back, son. I'll get to yours when I get to yours."
All right, then I'm going to grab the checks back as I step away.
Roll a thieving hands against me.
I got advantage on thieving hands.
And roll against me.
16.
Yeah, you snatch it back. His reflexes, no matter what they are, his eyesight might be shitty at this point, or he's not really invested in too much into that, and he starts to create Rev's initial leg pattern there. Okay,
Nice.
gentlemen, as the doctor takes these goggles and puts them over his head, and you notice they're like these VR HUD goggles, and he starts to create this thing in almost like it's 3D VR space that obviously only he can see, and you start to see this thing manipulate and form. And then he starts to hit the synthesis, and it starts to, almost like a 3D printing, it starts to create this. You see that the doctor is invested in this, and anything really else, as he kind of pops in little earbuds, and you can hear. He's the doctor.
What kind of music he listens to?
Yeah, it's
Some old
Mar-
1920s.
It says Mario
Gump Jive
and
Whale.
Luigi jams.
Just 8-bit music.
Nice.
All it is just a bunch of boop, 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 boop. What do you gentlemen want to do?
I'm gonna turn to Otis. Like, Otis, this is your home turf, man. How do you think we should go about, subtly taking out these targets, and finding Sarai?
We know there's one target here.
Yeah, what's her face?
Miko?
Miko.
Yeah, Miko. We saw her on my my owl's feed.
I know nothing about Miko, but
Wasn't she the sister?
yeah,
She's the Knight's sister.
I feel like she's going to be a pretty tough target to take out.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I
If the
agree.
brother one-hit Rev last time.
That's right.
Well, I'm thinking I'm just gonna sit in the back because I'm more of a sit in the back type, or from a far distance. But I've got your back, of course. But I can't use grenades if we got to sneak around and do stuff like that.
Well, my
One-on-one,
worries-
we ain't sneaking around, really. Once
Yeah,
we're in a
how are
fight
we
with
gonna
her.
Get her one-on-one is the question, because there's guards all over this compound. Can we think? Is there some way we think we could lure her out of the compound? So it would be 3-on-1. I like those better.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
sounds better than 3 on however many friends she's got.
Did we manage to get a look at how many guards are around the place?
We have a camera.
We do have that
Pen-
little bird camera.
Pencil is still
Oh,
out
that's
there.
right.
Yeah, Pencil was the one giving us the video feed.
Roll a d20
Okay,
if you could
me.
for Pencil. Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
There we go.
Pencil died.
I'm trying to pull up Pencil's video feed. Pencil?
You try to pull a Pencil's video feed, and it starts to kind of sputter in and out. In and out. It's a lot of like matrixing. You see it for a second, and then it disappears. You figure there could be just too much static electricity with Pencil's out there.
Yeah, the storm.
But you
I think
also-
the storm's affecting the video feed.
Yeah, you know the storm's probably affecting him, but Pencil is still alive. He's
Okay.
out there somewhere. He's also, when you try to like recall him, you're not getting a signal for him to come back.
Okay. Well, earlier when we saw them go around, I know that we saw multiple guards just kind of patrolling the compound. That's what I remember us seeing last time. I feel like we have to lure her out somehow. How do we lure her out?
I got an idea.
I do too. I think we got the same one.
What are you guys thinking?
Explosions.
Yeah, we have grenades.
Just one. That'd
You
be
think-
sufficient.
you
Not
think
at them
one
in
will
a
pull-
faraway distance. Remember the other day when we took that big cart and we had to kill the guy because he tried to kill you in the back a long time ago, like a couple weeks ago? Regardless.
Where was this? Was
I
it Gormo,
I
Canberra?
threw a smoke grenade the other direction on purpose to get their attention to go that way. So we can try it again. It's a callback.
You think it'll pull just her? I mean,
No, but it's something. I don't
If
hear
we-
your ideas.
Sounds like World of Warcraft. Can you just pull just the single target? It's a single target pull.
Well, I mean, what if we had some sort of, we use your idea, and we kind of like a, what is that called? Like dropping crumbs. We have like multiple explosions further and further away to try to split them up. So they have to investigate multiple areas because they can't all investigate all the areas, right?
You've got a point. Got a point.
Do we
it.
know where she is? Do we know where she's staying right now? That's what we got to figure out first.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
did-
some bangs is going to get her roused up.
I'm sure it will.
I do have my new upgraded Mirage. I could be the scout watching them while you guys lure them out. 'Cause if I can get a beat on her and just follow her, maybe we can stealthily keep tabs on her and ambush her at the right time.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I got.
So I would look for wherever the most guards are, because that's probably where she's inside of.
Well, we can cover the area that Pencil checked out already, because that's where we saw her initially. So we could start
Okay.
there and see where she is.
See what happens.
Good plan.
Okay, so what exactly is Rev trying to sneak in?
Yeah, I was thinking that back door we talked about last week.
Right.
I have my plasma cutter. I can try to cut my way in and then mirage my way in and see if I can figure out her position.
Okay. As you recall, each one of you, that you're at the southern part of the quarries,
Okay.
that the boarded up, or essentially the non-used entrance, is at the far northern. And the one that
Okay.
actually is which is the only single one that has all the platforms that the other freighters are leaving from, as well as some of the devil jets are coming in from, are on obviously the eastern side.
On the eastern side, okay. So I'm thinking we try to go in stealthily from the north side, figure out her position, and then from there I can report her position. I can maybe track her, and you guys can set up explosions in a way that will lure her, hopefully away from the most number of guards, basically.
If we can lure enough guards away, she'll eventually come out.
So we blow them up in the south.
Exactly.
Blow
And I
them
feel
up.
like we have enough grenades to actually do some damage to the guards.
You want to set a
Should
trap?
we start throwing them at them?
I know, I was just saying, why not?
Well, what do you guys
Sure.
think? Do you want to set a trap for guards, or should I try to sneak in and watch her? Do you want to do both?
I thought this was a stealth mission, this part. I thought when we go into North Black Downs, we could be a little nuttier.
True.
Yeah.
You hear
I would say
I've got
Okay.
that part covered.
I would say have Rev go in first and take a look around and see what we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that gives us a better chance of not pulling the entire compound down on our heads.
you hear gentlemen. He goes, you probably need to. It's probably wise to know the lay of the land first. Know how to get in, know how to get out. By the way,
Well, we
Rev,
already had the
stage
schematic that
one
Pencil gave us.
successful, and then he kind of goes back to his
Okay,
thing.
great. Thanks, Duck. Well, when Pencil showed us the setup before, he actually gave us a full visual and a little bit of the tunneling down, correct?
Exactly. Almost like kind
Yeah.
of a sonic sonar ping.
Okay. Can I attempt to access that on my sidekick as a way for me to have a map as I figure out our route?
Did you save it?
Yeah, I mean, Pencil, it was a video feed.
Roll
It was a
a
video
D20.
feed. Roll a d20. Okay, great.
Famous last words.
Oh my God, I rolled a 1 again.
Get
Jesus.
out now.
For some reason or another,
you
you can't seem to find that saved feed.
Did anybody else save that feed?
I believe I did because I have hacking. So
I would never be able to do that.
Give it a shot. What do you? The question is what are you trying to hack? Are you trying to hack Rev's?
I'm trying to
sidekick?
hack his sidekick so I can pull up. Oh, so I can no. I'm just gonna say I'm trying to hack the bird's feed and pull up
The
the.
bird, as of right now,
feed.
is connected only to Rev.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna try and hack his sidekick and
Okay.
see if I can pull up some
Roll
old.
it at disadvantage because Rev's sidekick would absolutely be protected.
Yeah, okay.
As a
Okay.
data trafficker, he can't have any information being
11.
Can I walk over and smack it?
Sure.
But that's my attempt.
That's your attempt to do what? Just to smack it?
Yeah, to get it to
To
work.
hack my sidekick is the
Yeah.
button.
Unfortunately, you try to hack his firewall, his protection is just it's. You'd figure that for a data trafficker, when he's transporting information, that it would be hard to get into his.
You know, I just realized I do have hacking as an advantage. So do I still roll at disadvantage? I have, like, hacking
You would
check.
just roll at normal.
All right, so should I go again?
I'll let you roll
All
this
right,
time.
All right, let's do this.
And roll.
12.
You know what? Rev, just roll a d20.
Let me see if I can remove some of my firewalls. I rolled a 20.
Yeah, you absolutely cannot get into his thing at all.
Man, my firewalls are too good. I can't get it.
Can I see that thing?
Otis, walk up. You gonna smack it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'm like,
Smack
put
him
my
up.
arm in front of him.
Roll a d20. Do you have anything?
No, not at all. That's why I'm just smacking it.
Okay, you know what? You're gonna just roll.
I have persuasion.
You're gonna roll a luck, almost like fate roll. And you're gonna roll it, and you're gonna roll twice.
Disadvantage. Okay.
And then Rev is gonna roll and roll twice.
Roll twice.
Take the highest number. Wait till.
My highest was an 8.
19.
For some reason or another, Otis
Here,
stands
you take
up,
a look at it.
walks up,
Ow!
and all of a sudden,
Hey!
it just, I don't know if it like shorts something out. A little spark kind of like jumps out from your sidekick. And what was unavailable, you're aware that you now have connection back to Pencil.
Oh, I got the video feed. Oh, I even have the schematic you sent earlier. Holy crap, Otis. You should go back.
Otis,
That's how we fix things up
Otis,
here.
you do feel that a little sting in your fingertips, though.
That's fine.
It's going to come back later.
A little, that nice little burn, tingling sting.
Like I'm scarred.
No, just like, man,
Okay.
I hit that harder than I expected to hit that. And I hit that pretty flush.
Well, and my arm's made of metal, so,
There's that.
Of course.
I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting
Otis,
enough,
you are a genius.
Luck is on Otis's side today.
All right. Well, I want to pull up the schematic. I think we had done this before. Bring it up on the screen in the RJet, so we can
Yeah.
kind of see a big.
Of course, you
Yeah,
do
we
obviously
have
your
that
connections.
RJet.
You connected to the RJet's mapping tech, and
Okay.
it pulls up just a extremely larger version of it. Again, completely 3D interactive.
Okay. So, Rev wants to kind of zoom in to the north side where that door is, and kind of map his. Would this schematic still have locations of? Because I think pencil scanned for.
He scanned for heat signatures, and that's really all
Yeah.
he can kind of do. And again, on the surface, it's just flooded with
Okay.
heat signatures on there.
Okay. Are there more heat signatures north towards that door or south where we are, the side that we're on?
There are guards, and there are guard towers manning the walls.
Okay.
But most of the relative heat signatures are to obviously the eastern side, where all the
Eastern side,
heavy,
where all
the
that
forges, the heavy
Okay.
grinders, a lot of the resources are being brought in and then obviously transported. So that's kind of like the higher deposit of those, as well as
Okay.
just being in the mines and the quarries themselves.
Okay. Well, Rev wants to pull up that north area where the door that Pencil found was, get a good view on it, and kind of memorize the lay of the land so he can plan how he's going to approach the door without being seen by guard towers. Try to work on it with his plasma cutter to try to get in stealthily.
Okay. So you just kind of you do your best. You even connect back with Pencil, and he tries to get closer to give you another view and vantage point. You do notice that again. There's probably 4 guards that are manning that side up upon the walls themselves, and they have ion plasma cannons as well.
Okay.
Do the walls circle all the way around?
Yes.
Okay.
Up
So we
to,
could.
up to a point where it flushes into the side of the mountain, where the mine goes deep into the earth side itself.
So we could try and throw some grenades off to the side and try and pull those 4 guards away from overlooking where you're trying to get in.
I don't know if setting off grenades would just pull them without them, reporting back to their superiors. I mean, I'm sure they have communicators too.
Yeah. You got a better idea.
So
Well-
then we take a guard tower down.
Easy peasy. We're gonna need like 2 or 3 grenades for that.
What about sniping them? Can we maybe snipe them out of the tower without a grenade? I feel like that might be quieter.
I could do that.
You got a silencer on your
I
on your rifle.
Oh, to see
Okay.
so just like really okay, yeah, I guess that's fine.
Is it like sniper quality my marksman rifle?
Yeah.
Not the one I just bought.
Yeah,
I
The
gotta
one I just
say,
bought, I imagine being loud as hell.
Yeah, you could shoot up to 300.
Yeah.
I gotta interject. I feel like a body just suddenly dropping dead would draw more guards than just a random explosion going off somewhere in the city. I mean,
Boom.
I don't know.
Again,
If,
you
if
hear,
he's
you
dead,
hear,
he's
you hear
not
the doctor
reporting.
just come up and just goes, depends on where it falls, and then goes back.
Random explosion out in the forest outside the town. I mean, outside the compound. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what that would cause.
but I feel like whatever it is, it would cause less commotion than just a dead body all of a sudden with a bullet hole in it.
Well, if the guard tower is manned by one person, who would see it? That's kind of my hope. Is we'd take him out, he'd fall. They wouldn't notice.
Oh, I thought there were 4 people in the guard tower.
Well, we don't
We
know.
could
They
take 4 shots at a time,
Easy peasy.
but I don't think I can do it.
I mean,
Can
how far
Pencil
can my
see
bow
any
shoot?
of these guard? Can Pencil get close enough to these guard towers to see how many guards are in towers?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
It's just
Pencil.
heat signatures, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just heat signatures for him, but he can tell you how many are in there.
Okay. So how many heat signatures are in the closest guard tower to that northern door?
Roll a
Beep,
d20.
beep, 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 beep. Okay.
You're rolling stealth for Pencil.
Okay. Stealth for Pencil. Okay. Oh my god! I rolled a 3. Why am I the run rolling tonight? Jesus.
This is pretty epic bad.
Oh, 2 1s and a
As
3.
you, what exactly are you trying to? Obviously, he has to get closer to get.
I want him to circle the tower to get to see how many heat signatures are in the tower. I want him to do.
As he gets close enough and tries to circle around, you notice that the feed is starting to get staticky and choppy again. You start to hear the thunder and the lightnings crack outside, and as that happens and he gets close enough, all of a sudden the feed shatters out and disappears.
Damn owl. Damn owl.
Otis, go smack it again.
No. That's full robot. I can't be fixing everything today.
With the video feed going out like that, I'm not very confident of Pencil being a reliable source of information anymore.
I would have to agree.
So
What are we gonna do now?
The doctor pops back in, takes off the thing, sits in the chair, and just goes, Seems like, gentlemen, you guys have an issue here. Maybe the best thing is try both. You can
Try
create
sniping and throwing a
you
grenade.
can create chaos, allows Rev to sneak in even better. Create a distraction.
Doc, I like you, man.
That was good. I'm liking where he's going. Yeah.
I thought that's what I said. Rev's like, that was my idea.
I don't know. Rev was pretty anti-grenade, but
He like takes his hat, his little top hat, kind of pulls it up, sets it back down. He just goes, sometimes it's the way it's said.
there we go. Okay, so I can go set off grenades if you want to go snipe, Otis.
I really like blowing things up too, though.
I just don't have a sniper.
Okay.
Rev, it looks like the Bang brothers are gonna do their thing here. You go.
Rev
Thanks,
just
Scott.
like, why can't we ever do things quietly?
I think it'll be enough to
It's the waste.
it'll be enough to get you in without causing any scene or commotion on your side to have to eliminate anybody.
All right.
Basically,
If it's big enough, it should remove them out of the guard towers. They should funnel to the side where the chaos is coming to in order to fortify it. Wouldn't you think?
Otis, do you remember the last time you used a grenade as a distraction? You remember that train we were trying to rob?
You guys boys were robbing trains?
no,
It's a
we
long
weren't
story.
robbing a train.
They were bad guys. They were.
We were
some of-
suckers.
Well, Otis over here was trying to.
We
pose
were
as a
suckers.
sucker.
Suckers. All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna go back to my stuff. You guys work that out amongst yourselves. Hopefully, I served a bit of a purpose here. And pops his things back in. Boop, boop, doop, boop, boop, doop, boop,
All right,
boop,
thanks,
boop.
Dak.
So basically, we got to fight the whole base for as long to keep you busy, to get you in there.
I say if we set off some kind of distraction in town or away from the on the south side of the castle, whatever the heck, yeah, then we could hopefully pull a bunch of guards out that way.
Yeah.
I could go do that. I might be able to.
I feel
that
like
tempo-
if I engage
yeah,
shooting though,
if you what?
if I engage them with shooting, like if I just hit one guy, they're gonna start barraging us.
Oh, they will 100%.
Yeah, the sniping was only if we were trying to take out guys in towers without them seeing. If we're gonna do explosions, we don't need to
Explosive.
shoot
All
'em.
right.
Well, if we're at different places, if one person goes to the south side and sets off an explosion, and one person goes to the north side, And then
Rev's
waits
going
till-
north.
Yeah, I'm
So-
going north to try to get in the door.
I'll go towards like the west,
okay, yeah.
like the southwest. So not much further from you. But far
Okay,
enough.
so I could go southeast, try and pull them the opposite direction.
So how many explosions are we talking about?
I mean, it'll pull the guards away from the north side.
All right. It's your guys' asses. I'm going to be stealthing in there, so.
Well, they can't see you.
I know. I'm worried about you guys pulling 100 guards on your heads. That's what I'm worried about.
I'm sorry, Mike, for you as well. Right around 80 yards for a bow.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, how far can we throw a grenade?
Not that far.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
That's what you should get
All
on your cybernetic arms. Improved grenade throwing.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
I like that idea.
With a cybernetic arm, maybe 30 yards,
Some, like-
30, 40 yards, maybe.
Okay, okay.
Depending on
That's
the roll.
decent. That's decent enough. What was?
So,
Yeah.
do you guys
So it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. Rev, Otis, what are you thinking?
You guys are the explosives experts. Figure out what you want to do for distraction, and I'll try to use it.
Or Otis, do you want to go with me so if we do manage to get jumped by people, we have a better chance of surviving and only has set off one explosion?
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, just in case. Okay, so yeah, we'll go somewhere south while you hang up north, Rev.
And we'll set up an encrypted channel so we can keep each other informed.
Yes.
I want like a barrage, a line leading even south.
Go ahead and Rev, just roll for that. That you create
Okay.
an encrypted one.
I have, I think I have engineering. Let me check and make sure.
Yeah, you always have engineering.
Yeah, mystical engineer. Yeah, okay. Okay. 15.
Yeah, he creates one without any issues. That
Cool.
is relatively unhackable, and anyone trying to listen in into the conversations or the transmissions that you guys have on this essentially an open line.
Called the RevChat channel.
Sounds awesome.
It's unhackable. It's a fortress. Just like the RevChat.
You guys don't even hang out in that channel. That's how awesome it is. It's just like there. Sometimes you kind of hang out in it just by yourself.
I just post pictures of the RevJet in it all the time.
You usually want to like invite your friends, but you don't. You say that I don't really have friends on that channel anymore.
All right.
With that, Rev,
Yes.
the doc pops out again, and as you start to see in front of him that he's actually has a 3D complete image, even with the black matte with the finish
Talent
on there
sheen.
of
Yeah.
the leg portion of it.
Okay.
And he looks at you and he just goes, stage 2, successful. Now we'll start to put this all together and start to implement it. But I have a little thing for you. And he kind of pulls this out of his pocket. And it's kind of a small looking canister, very cylindrical. And he goes, it's something I've been working on for a while. Because in case, you're in a bind and you need to get out of a place. He goes, hopefully it'll work. Hasn't been tested, unfortunately. But if you toss it within a 10-foot radius, it will restrain anybody who's trying to follow you.
What do you call this thing?
I don't know.
It's a good name for it.
Strainer.
You got a good name? No, not the restrainer.
Oh.
For some reason or another, I think that's out there somewhere. It's already been patented.
Oh.
So if you come up with
I got
something
nothing.
better,
It's not a RevJet. I don't know what to call it.
and he looks at Otis, he just goes, do you have a good name? Anybody? Boldo? No.
Bear trap.
I don't know what a bear is.
I don't either.
But you know what? And he grabs it back from you. And he takes like this little marking, bear trap. And he gives it to you and he just goes, might come in handy.
I'm an
Gets out of his
inventor.
pouch.
What'd you say the range is on this thing? 10 yards?
It's about a 10-foot radius.
10-foot radius. All right. Well, if this and these smoke grenades, hopefully I'll be able to get in and out without anybody being the wiser, at least without them getting close to me.
And he looks at you, kind of puts his hand on you, and goes, good luck. Hopefully, you'll come back in one piece. And if you don't, I'll be able to repair you.
As long as I don't lose I can lose my legs. I know I can lose my
Well, if
legs.
you lose your legs, are you going to drag yourself here with your arms?
I'll call the RevJet. It'll come and save me.
I'll be here. Good luck, Bang Brothers.
Yeah.
All right, so I tell those two, I'm going to start heading up north. So if you guys are going to create the distraction down south, I'm leaving it up to you.
Is that what you guys are doing? Okay. So with
Yep,
that, I'm guessing
yep.
Rev departs and goes on
Yeah,
foot.
I'm gonna try to go on foot around the compound, keeping distance from the walls to try to get.
You
to
do
that.
have improved
Yes, I will.
Mirage now. Are you in Mirage?
Okay.
Did you spend it?
Yes, I want to activate Mirage as soon as I get close enough to see the walls.
Then up to that point, roll your stealth.
Okay.
Up to that point, roll it normally.
Normally, okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6.
Wow.
As you start to get closer, and you're making your way through obviously like the heavy winds now that are kind of picking up and blowing a lot of dirt. It's hard even to get any kind of visibility, but you get the sense that you're making your way towards it.
Okay.
You hear an alarm go off.
Freaking hell! Already setting off alarms. Okay.
It seems in the distance though, and you're having at this point a little difficulty figuring out how much distance is between you and them.
Well, as soon as I hear the alarm, I immediately activate my stealth and try to have any of my sensors that work in whatever storm is happening, try to scan my surroundings.
Okay. With that, roll a d20. Does that mean you go into Mirage?
Yeah, I want to go into Mirage and then try to use my awareness to
Sure.
know what's happening
Go
around
ahead.
me. I rolled a 12 for my awareness.
Okay. As you get your bearings and you get your senses, you start to take off. And as you do, you can hear the distant whizzing and hum of a shot being fired your way.
Oh
And
my
it just
gosh.
goes right over your head, back to the place that you were at.
Okay.
You still give off a heat signature. That's why they saw you.
Heat signature, huh? Well, I'm just gonna run away from the wall then. I can't get close if they have heat sensors. So I'm just gonna run
They
away.
don't have it when you're here in Mirage, though.
Oh, so the Mirage.
Any physical evidence is gone
Okay.
when you're in Mirage.
Okay. Well,
You
I
notice
still
that
want to
you do
move.
not hear another shot, though. You
I
only hear
want to
one
move
single
away from the position I was in when the shot was taken.
one. Okay, east,
To the north.
east or west.
North. I want to head north.
Okay. So you're going around the eastern side.
Yeah, kind of east,
wrapping around. Okay.
northeast would be the
So I'm
direction
to
I would
assume
go.
you'll probably be taking even a more wide berth around that,
Yeah.
even more so. At that
I guess I
point.
never saw the walls, but I'm gonna go even further away from where the shot came from.
Okay.
And when I feel safe enough, I'm gonna message. I think I may have just created a distraction. I've already been shot at once.
You gentlemen hear this.
But that means you failed.
Already? That was quick.
I'm telling you, I need these new legs. I gotta get some new legs, man.
Voldo. What an asshole. Voldo and Otis here. The doctor just go, yeah, all right.
He's on our channel. I didn't know I invited him on the channel.
I'm just assuming they just probably have it open because they both said it at the same time.
We're not expecting anything.
Yeah, they're still in the jet, so they had left.
Rev left 2 minutes ago. He's already been shot at.
Working on those legs, kid. Working on those legs.
It's like this upgraded Mirage you got me is not cutting it, Doc.
Otis, Voldo, what are you doing? You just heard get this news from Rev.
Can we hear the alarms going off?
In the distance, you can kind of hear
You
a
hear
muffled sound.
Did we
Something
hear
that
the
wasn't
shot?
there before? Yeah.
Okay.
Did we hear the shot?
No, you wouldn't be able to hear the shot.
Okay. But he told us about it. Okay. I mean, I look at Otis and I just say we should probably double time this and create a distraction further away from the castle. Or
I'm ready to
the
jog.
compound.
The compound.
compound.
The quarries itself.
Okay. All right. And then I just, start running after him.
Okay, I follow. I'm gonna jog briskly behind him.
Okay, so you guys both leave the jet as well? Is
Yes,
that
and
what
we're all
you guys are
stocked
doing?
up on grenades and everything like that. Right.
I'm gonna always stay closer to the jet.
Okay. So how far away do you move away from
I
the
want to
jet?
be at least 50 feet away from Valdo at all times, but keeping
Okay.
myself close to the jet if I don't want to leave within 100 feet of the jet.
Okay. So you're 50 feet away from Voldo, about no farther than 100 feet away from visual
Yeah.
indication of where the jet is itself. Okay.
Mhm.
What exactly, gentlemen, are you trying to do? You've just heard this.
I want to
You sprung
throw
into action.
when I get to. Well, it really rests on Valdo does.
I mean, I was gonna try and get away as far away from the jet as I could for
Okay.
a minute, and try and just get it. I don't want the explosion going off too near the jet too. I feel like that would be a bad idea.
How far away are you thinking?
Let's see. We'll first kind of take a look around and see if I see any guards or anything like that. See anything around.
You
That would-
are as well. There's just you're in this storm.
Okay. So, all right. Well, I
You
mean,
would have to get relatively close to kind of see it up front, even with your cybernetic eyes.
How loud is the? You said there was thunder.
Yeah,
Is it loud,
it's pretty loud.
or is it? It's pretty loud.
It's a thunder crack.
So our grenades aren't even going to matter.
maybe. How far away is the front of the compound?
You guys had
On the south
you guys
side.
had put the jet about a mile out. That's what you
Okay.
said. So you're not close.
Okay, shoot, that's quite more than just a couple hundred feet.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to kind of.
Yeah,
We're gonna.
have to break the radius from the jet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to book it to get much closer to the compound. So I mean, I'd say we should just start running towards the compound.
Yep.
The side, yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to stay hidden along the way, as we
You
do
guys
it.
roll stealth. Roll it at just regular.
I have advantage.
Okay, go ahead then. Voldo?
13.
20.
Ooh.
That's sneak, right?
Otis disappears, even from Voldo side, who this is what Voldo does. You have to admit you're relatively impressed that you have lost sight of Otis.
I just.
Voldo, you hear in the distance the ever so present sound of a gun being fired, and you start to hear the humming and buzzing of some kind of ballistic coming your way.
All right, I am going to just do like some kind of backflip type, just some kind of move like that, and try and just duck down, such get out of the way.
Roll athletics.
All right, I got advantage on that.
Go ahead.
20.
Yeah, you flip,
Matrix style.
You matrix
Yeah.
style, and you flip, and then you notice that there's some kind of rock formations that are out there, and you kind of slide behind one of them.
Okay. Do I know where this shot came from? Can I kind of pinpoint that at all? Do I see anybody?
It's coming relatively northeast.
Okay.
They still a mile out from the compound?
Just about,
Shit, we got to figure out where these guys are if we're going to do anything.
Well, they're also running towards the compound at this as well, so it's not like they're getting farther away. They're getting closer.
Okay.
How far away from the ship are we right now?
You tell me.
I'd say we're about a half a mile.
Probably
Each
I
way?
have to assume you're probably about halfway.
Okay, so about halfway there. Okay, sounds good. So, I don't know, Otis, do you want to try and figure out where this guy
I'm gonna
is?
start checking them out on my. I'm gonna start picking them off if I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, let's try and kill this
you
guy.
have-
I mean, I'm just gonna use my scope to kind of look in.
You do have an IR scope, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were actually given one.
Yes.
Go ahead. Remember, if you want to try to do any sniper shot, you have to be prone, so you have to use your bonus. To
Yeah,
be
yeah.
prone.
I mean, I feel like I'm hiding perfectly.
Sure.
I'm prone.
You've disappeared.
I've disappeared. I'm
You've
like
taken
the
so
night.
much like dirt and rocks, and you've just built a little barrier, and like you've covered yourself in mud. You're like
That's
Arnold
more-
Schwarzenegger from Predator. There's no heat signature at all. Just like spit and dirt just drenched across his face.
All right. So all right. Cool. So
You do notice
I
when you
guess-
pull it up that in the distance a little bit. Let's just say at this point you're clocking in maybe like 500 yards or such. You've been slowly kind of like making your way up, just outside your range. You can see
Yep.
that there's three heat signatures sitting up on the wall, and they're not
Like
moving.
the faintest. Okay.
Yeah, they're not moving, so they're stationary, if anything.
There's just that. You said that's a wall.
Yeah, like a very very high
Okay.
wall.
Okay. And that's just one spot, or can I like
If
kind
you
of?
want to continue to scan, yeah, you notice
Yeah.
that there's a lot that are heavily fortified on that eastern side, and you can actually see a jet that is starting to come in down onto the platform. Rev, you actually can hear this and see this as well as you've made your way. You're probably just beyond that initial entrance there, and you can kind of hear it just go right over the top of you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
because
talk over
this is the
front
more
line.
active side of the compound, this east
Absolutely,
side,
yeah.
right? Okay. All right. So I see this thing as
Voldo
I'm
as
trying
well.
to.
You
move.
obviously hear this as well.
over the private channel. We've got more.
At least we're pulling people our way.
Rev, go ahead and make
Yes.
a check. You have IR as well. Are you going to use that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I have like my
Your
visuals
cybernetic,
have.
yeah. So
Yeah,
go
I have
ahead.
different.
You hadn't
Yeah,
activated
I want
up
to
to
try
this
to
point, so
kind of like how pencil was getting
Sure.
signatures. I want to do the same thing on my surroundings as I'm moving further north.
just make a quick look here.
14.
14. You as well. You could see like this heavy red and orange and blue and white heat signature go right over the top of you as that red jet. And you can see a very, very large cluster that are on that front wall. And some of the ones that were at that distant part of that northern are starting to make their way essentially almost towards you, not coming towards you, but they're making their way towards that wall almost to the other side. So you do notice that some of them are
Are they inside the
pulled.
wall?
They're on top of the wall.
They're on top of the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're getting faint heat signatures as well because you're still pretty far away. But you notice that they're being pulled away from that place that you were trying to get into in the first place.
Okay. So they're basically whatever's coming in, they're going to. I
Guessing
assume they're
it's a
going to
shipment
meet
or
that or
Exactly.
escort or something. Okay. Well, with that thing hopefully being a distraction, I want to try to move towards the door as I'm continue to scan the walls for more heat signatures in the vicinity of the door that I'm trying to get to.
Okay. You do notice as you get to that point, I'll just say for the sake of it, you really kind of like start to push and you make your way over there.
Okay.
That there's still 2 heat signatures that are still manning those towers in that door.
So the kind of the wall above that door.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And for Otis and Voldo, Otis notices that.
I can't hit him. I can't shoot him.
Right, yeah, but you start to notice that the group are starting to funnel more your guys' way and away from that. You don't know if it's because of the jet that's coming in, but you're starting to get a higher compression of heat signatures in that southeast area at that point.
I think they're coming towards us.
Which is good. About how far away how far can these guys shoot?
You don't know.
We don't know.
No,
How often
okay.
how often is the thunder?
Yeah, I was actually going to just ask that.
About every 17 seconds.
Wow. So
Well, I'm going to let them know what I saw. I'm going to say, hey, I got 2 guards above this door. Most of them got pulled by whatever jet just came in off of the wall down south towards you guys.
they're heading our way. It seems. It's kind of moving. Like the heat seems to be getting bigger and heading towards us, Rev.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys did something, but they're
We did
moving.
nothing.
We got shot at.
Yeah.
We did nothing.
We did nothing.
So, can we see like anybody do like? Can we start seeing people on the wall or anything like this?
Are
Or
you trying
can
to?
we see
You gotta
anybody?
tell me that you're trying to get closer.
I'm trying to get close enough to where I can at least like throw a grenade at somebody or just like
Go ahead and
phantom
try to
bow that.
roll stealth again.
I want to kind of sneak, but get to range of my.
Oh, 9.
Okay. Wherever you're trying to get to, Otis, you have no problems getting there.
All right, still
Your
cool.
20 is money. Voldo, and in your head, Voldo, you remember Tyrion's words, stealth and subterfuge. That's what Voldo's here for. As you hear another shot crack your way, and
All right, so
and the low humming. No, actually, it'd be high piercing humming as it's moving towards you through the wind and the sleet here. So go ahead and roll again.
all right, athletics.
Yep.
15.
It barely misses you as it just grazes right off the side, almost ripping a little bit of fabric from your hood as it whizzes by and cracks into that rock face behind you.
All right.
The alarms go off again.
How about how far away now am I from somebody? Can I see anybody around
Through that all,
at
we'll
this
just
point?
say at this point, you do start to see the wall itself.
Okay. Okay.
And you can start to hear voices in the distance just yelling
Okay.
out.
Can Rev hear these new alarms too?
Rev hears these new alarms as well.
Can I?
Rev, the
Yes.
the two signatures that were just above you have now darted off the
Nice.
other way.
I say, whatever you
Otis,
guys are doing,
You
keep
see
it up.
this as well.
As soon as I see those guards move away, I'm pulling out my plasma cutter and I'm, while still in Mirage, going up to this door to try to cut the hinges off of it.
Roll it at advantage.
Okay.
Volda, what are you doing?
Can I take like a bow shot at somebody, or like just throw a grenade and see if I can? Okay, yeah. Let me try and take a bow shot at that. I'm trying to look up what blood arrows exactly does.
I rolled a 17 on my roll.
Okay, you start to cut in successfully to which essentially is just reinforced iron. And you figure that it's probably been long since it's been used, so it's almost a bit rusted as well.
Okay.
You figure deep in your heart that Otis would feel sorry to know that these walls have just been corroding away.
They're like my torso piece. Haven't had an oil bath in a while.
Otis, you've heard this on your comms.
Yep.
You don't really have a complete visual on Voldo, and for all you know, but you can hear in the distance commotion. And heat signature wise, you see that there's a large group that have now amassed on that southern wall. So
How
they're
far-
definitely your way.
They're definitely coming.
Well,
Our
they
way, okay.
haven't jumped off the wall. They're just on that
They're
wall.
they're gathering. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I guess I want to keep my gun pointed at. Are they within 300 feet?
Roll a d20 for me. Let's just see how.
18.
Absolutely, for you. They're within 300 feet. They have no idea where you're at. You get a sense that they are amassing, and some of the shots are being shot at in a different direction.
I'm just gonna hold.
Okay. Voldo.
Rev's going to take a break from his plasma thing. There's still nobody here. You guys probably got a lot of heat over there. Watch yourselves. Just to remind them that
Voldo hears this as he's like he's flipping and dodging. He's like, just hold on
Getting
one
shot at
second.
left and right.
tell me something I don't know.
I'm just hanging out.
Okay, so but yeah, let me try and take a shot with my blood arrows at just the nearest guy.
Sure.
All right.
You are going to roll at disadvantage though.
Okay.
He does have semi cover because you're shooting up, and he's up on top of a wall.
Okay, in this one, I can sacrifice some vitality points to add dice damage.
Sure.
I'm going to sacrifice 6 vitality points.
So you want to roll to see if you even hit first before you're adding damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and try to hit.
What? Which one?
It's a D6.
D6.
5 or 6 to hit.
6.
So you hit.
Okay.
Even at disadvantage, he hits. Oh, you know what? Roll.
Oh, wait.
No. I don't think you take it at disadvantage. You just take less. You do less damage.
Okay.
For it. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, and this one for damage, I think this one says a D8.
Okay.
That's often 1d something plus something for.
Yeah, but it's just I'm adding the VP to it. How does that work exactly?
You minus off your vitality first.
Okay, 6 vitality gone.
Okay, and then what does it say?
It just says for every 3 VP, add X amount of dice.
So
max.
That's 2 more dice. You've spent 6, so you get 2 more.
Okay, so I'm just doing 3 D8s.
That is correct.
Okay.
Wow.
8, 7, 1.
16.
Nice.
Not bad.
And you're just trying to just hit 1?
Yeah, I'm just trying to headshot some fool. Headshot some noob.
As you fire your bow out, and it just rains. It flies true, and as it does, you can see in your. Do you have some kind of rangefinder or IR? What exactly are you just seeing just visually by itself?
Just my cybernetics.
You can see that you hear, and whoever it hit just falls off the thing. And
There we go.
Off the
You
wall.
hear him just go. He hit that guy. Are you okay?
Can I do a bonus move too?
You absolutely can.
I'm gonna try and do temporal rift and transport the fuck away.
All right, go ahead. 5 or 6.
6.
All right. Or
I like this dice.
You can teleport anywhere.
I'm teleporting.
A certain amount of distance.
I think it says up to 40 feet away.
Okay, so wherever.
So I'm just gonna try and transfer back to closest to Otis.
Otis, you have no idea where Otis is.
Oh, that's true. Okay, as close as in the direction of the ship.
Okay, so that's just back.
Yeah.
So as you hear this sound and you know that your arrow has struck true, you merely turn around and you slash at the air behind you, and it opens up this temporal rift, and you merely just jump in, and it closes up.
Freaking
And then
nightfall
40
over
feet
here.
away, it opens up, and you merely step out.
I like that.
Did anybody get to see this cool move?
Overhead, pencil flies.
There we go.
He's still alive? Oh, Pencil, I'm so happy. Pencil, I love you.
Otis, you see one of the red signatures fall or disappear. You have no idea if he's dead or whatever the case may be. But one has seemingly been struck down.
Okay. It's just it still seems like a blob of
It
just
still seems
a
like
mass.
a blob, but there's a speck of black right in the middle of where there used to be.
Whoop.
One down, 85 to go.
I've got a question about restrainer. How big are the nets?
They're only made to restrain like one person.
Okay. Valdo, where'd you go? Because I've obviously lost him.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I'm running back to the ship.
Can I use survival tactics to kind of... I don't have any string. Would there be rope with a grappling hook?
Did you get one?
I have a
No.
grappling hook.
Oh, yeah. Then there's always rope with it.
All right. I want to try to use rope and one of the grenades and create like a trip mine. And then I want to head back to the
With
the
rope?
Arjet. I don't have any
Rope-
other string.
Rope's pretty thick. Can you imagine some guy just goes, "Oh, I can see that clip."
It's the only,
What's
it's the
this
only
rope
thing
do?
It's the only thing I got on me, and I have
Who
a
leaves
grappling
rope
hook
out
that
here
I just
clear?
want to use.
Use
Sure.
survival tactics to pull a string from your coat or something, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll MacGyver that then.
I'll MacGyver it.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh, that's a 5 because I had a 1 and a 5.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
you sit there for like 5 minutes just trying to pull like little threads and fibers out, and then you kind of like just toss it aside, and you look back at the rope thinking, maybe this rope's a better
This
deal.
could work.
This could work.
Okay, with the rope, roll survival tactics. Let's see if you. Well, you it's more like engineering. You're trying to engineer something together.
All right, just 19. I only
Then,
rolled
yeah,
once by the time you said that.
You create some kind of trip mine, and you harness it between two rocks, and you obviously you tie it off to one of the.
And I'm gonna just sneak my way back to the jet. And I don't care if they have a heat trace on me. That means they're following us at least. So
Okay, so you just get up.
yeah,
Oh, okay, fine, yeah.
Like, done. I'm done. Just walking back.
Clap your hands a little bit.
Okay. As you just get up and you start to run back, roll athletics.
20.
Yeah. Another.
I have
You hear a
roll.
bullet fly towards you, and it merely just hits like 5 feet behind you. You're just running so fast at this point, and you're.
Forrest Gump.
I'm to assume you're like doing the zigzagging as well. But like,
Oh yeah.
as long as I'm a moving target, they'll never be able to hit me. And you just make your way back to wherever you're trying to go to. Rev,
Where I think the jet is.
wherever, yeah, at that point. I'm to assume you would have a good idea of where it is.
Yeah.
Rev, you actually get through.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll power.
Power. Okay.
Power pig.
Oh God, I even had that keyword 6.
Yeah, I just had a 1 and a 3
Roll a
on a
d20
keyword.
roll a d20 for me, Voldo, please.
Oh, God.
Oof.
Yeah, for power?
Yeah.
Or is it
roll
just
a
a-
d20
oh,
for me. Just roll a
Okay,
D20.
okay.
You're helping to decide something.
20. I don't know if that's good or bad.
So you
I
make
think
you
it's
bad.
make the last cut,
Thought so.
and this heavy reinforced thing starts to swing your way.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's like falling on me.
Roll. You can't hold it up. It's
Yeah.
much too heavy. Roll athletics to see if you can slide
Like,
out.
get out of the
this.
way at least. All right, 19.
Ooh, I rolled an 18. You're able to slide out as this thing just goes, boom, right onto the ground.
Think about that.
Okay, as soon as it's down, I'm going to, still in Mirage, try to sneak in and around the corner as far away from that door so that hopefully nobody notices that it's down and
Sure.
and
You should,
somebody's
at
come
that
through
point, once you do walk in, you notice that the quarries are just filled with people, just
Okay.
moving to and fro. You are in Mirage. No one is any the wiser. There's just too much commotion. The sounds of the thunder and everything mask the sound of the
It landed at the
crash.
same time as a crack of thunder. Thunk.
So they have no idea as of right now that you're there. What you do see as you're in there is almost a 3-tiered level of a quarry. You're on the top, which is where obviously all the furnaces, all the grinders, these automated furnaces and grinders, are taking all the resources and creating them into refined ingots and such that are on the top level. The second level, you can see
Second level isn't going down or going up?
it goes down.
Goes
And
down.
then the third
Okay.
level is the very bottom.
Gotcha.
Second level, you see that it's heavily flooded with guards and such, with wild Eldons. And this is, you've seen them before. They're almost like mammoth-like creatures that are
Okay.
dragging a lot of these sleds full, essentially they're tractor sleds full of resources from the bottom up on these large ramps that are
Okay.
trying to take it up to the mixers, the grinders, and the furnaces. And below are flooded are just tons and tons of people just mining away on
Okay.
the outside, as well as it starts to go deep into the mines themselves, and all of them have that gold collar upon them. You
Okay.
see waste hounds, collared waste hounds roaming the perimeters. You see guards, you see snipers, and just other people like foremen and taskmasters that are just kind of like whipping these people to continue to keep working. And you keep hearing them saying that there's no sleep. Keep going, boys. Keep going. Just snapping the whip as they continue to just keep working the mines and working the quarries themselves.
Is there any way I can check if Pencil was able to get back to me? Can I check on my sidekick to see if Pencil
Roll a
is
d20.
okay? Okay. I rolled 12.
You have no idea where Pencil is. Signal's still
Okay.
lost.
Okay. Is there any way I can use my cybernetic eyes to record what I'm seeing to my sidekick?
For you, you should be able to do
Okay.
that.
Basically, I want to record so that I can look at this video feed later and try to identify faces of of the people that I'm seeing.
Okay, sure, not a problem. You begin to record and
Okay.
just survey. Are you trying to stay in a place where you can,
Yeah, as soon as I came in, I kind of
like,
wanted
stationary?
to. No, I moved in away from the door because it's now an open door.
Sure.
I wanted to move along the wall to some place where I, even though I'm a Mirage, can be behind either a building or a rock, something where I am separating myself from guards seeing me.
Okay. Yeah, without any problem. Nobody even notices you at all.
Okay. As I'm recording this, I want to attempt to send this feed to all of the others, basically to the RevJet channel,
Sure.
so that they can see what I'm
Otis,
seeing.
Voldo, an incoming message on your sidekick pops up. It's a live feed.
I'm opening it up,
Okay.
or I'm viewing it, whatever.
As I'm running, I'm also pulling it up.
Okay. As you see this, you see a live feed from inside the compound itself.
Doesn't
I'm
look
not-
too busy in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something like, or not say, but like type, lots of guards. Keep your eyes peeled for what was her name?
Miko?
Miko, because I think Pencil got a view of her before, so
That's
I
the
want them-
target.
I want to keep them to keep their eyes open for Nico while I'm scanning,
Okay.
and I want to just slowly move, kind of around the wall. I don't want to get close to the pit just because there's so many guards. I want to kind of move in the perimeter. I think I want to move away from the east side where all the stuff is happening.
Action is,
Okay.
So kind of like northwest along the wall. So I'm going towards the mine, but away from the where all the shipments are happening.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Not a
Maybe
problem.
you tell me the direction I should go to stay away from that.
Well, they're relatively everywhere. So you're just doing your best to just kind of weave in and out.
Okay.
With again in Mirage, as long as you don't do anything, you should be relatively safe.
Okay.
Roll awareness, Otis and Rev.
Okay. 12
8.
for me.
8.
Okay. When he's doing like the live feed, you don't really notice any faces that initially pop out to you. You do get about an estimate or so. Roll awareness, Voldo, if you could. Just a d20.
16.
Voldo immediately can tell you that, just with kind of a keen eye, that he's picked out almost 25 guards that are just on the grounds alone, with another 10 or so up in the manning the walls and towers.
Okay. 35 guards. That's a lot of guards.
That's a lot of guards.
All right. I'm just going to continue scanning. I want to get as close to the mine so I can see down where the prisoners are,
Sure.
because I've got a vested interest in trying to see Sarai if I can find her.
Just roll a d20 for me. Awareness.
Okay. Awareness. Okay.
Roll it as well, Otis, because you're seeing a live feed of everything he's saying, as well as Voldo.
1.
6, man.
20. I keep getting really good rolls now.
Yeah.
Couldn't sneak around for shit.
Glad I asked you guys to watch this live feed with me.
For some reason, Otis is doing other things.
Some
At
jerky.
the,
I don't know if you've got any jerky.
yeah, he probably pulls out some jerky. You know, he did a lot of running. At that point, you do make your way back to the red jet as well. That you do see it.
Yep.
Jet.
The R jet. Sorry. Rev, for some reason or another, I think you're doing just more like camera work than you are
Yeah.
personally trying to like pick up the
I'm doing the
information
general
yourself.
scan.
Voldo, you notice that a lot of the slave labor down below seems to be children.
That pisses me off immediately. I started screaming. I
Immediately.
scream into them. It's children.
Rev, you hear this, and then it
Where?
hits you.
I just say where.
Oh yeah. He tells you that it's on below, on the.
he
the
tells
Oh,
me
bottom.
yeah, my bad.
Okay. I'll just say Sarai's got to be here, and I have to physically restrain myself from rushing down there immediately trying to find her.
Sure. You do notice as well as there seems to be a. Otis, roll a d20 really quick for me. Just knowledge.
13.
Okay. You notice that there seems to be some kind of building that seems to be on the second level that was never there before. And you think to yourself it's probably something that was just recently built. And you can see that it's connected to at least on the top, some kind of communication signal tower.
That's I noticed that.
Yeah, because it was
On my
never
own.
there before when you remember. So
Over the-
this is
yeah.
something that was just recently built.
All right. Looking at it, I know it's a communications tower, or
You get a sense. You see something. You don't know that, but you see that there seems to be some kind of communication antenna tower connected to it.
either things are a little different here. That building, there's a building with, I don't know, some kind of antenna, but it's never been here before.
Rev kind of ignores it, and he's like zoomed in, trying to scan all the slave faces now.
Sure.
He's like completely
Okay.
trying to find Sarai's face.
You
Something's going on in the tower.
Where the hell is Rev?
and then it hits you. He's the one who's giving you the live feed. You're like, oh, that's right.
It's like, I'm here. I'm trying to find Sarai. Stop distracting me.
Roll as he continues to keep doing this, and I'm to assume you're continuing to keep scanning around.
Yeah, I'm
getting
scanning
better.
down the bottom level, trying to see a familiar face among all the
Each
slaves.
of you,
Any of you guys know what a big antenna would be? What it would do?
Rev is completely oblivious. He's laser focused on faces right now.
Voldo, you hear it though.
I've got science, so I can take a look at it and maybe try and figure out what that thing is.
Sure,
Maybe.
go ahead and roll.
All right. 8.
Yeah. He said,
No idea.
whatever he's just described to you, that's how you would have thought to describe it to everyone else. You're like, there's a building there, and it's got an antenna on that. Does anybody know what this antenna could be for? Rev continues just like, Sarai.
Yeah, I know. I barely saw that thing out of the corner of my eye, and that's all he saw, and I'm not even looking at it anymore.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm looking for Sarai. I'm not even paying attention to my surroundings anymore. Just
I want to, because I'm at the jet. I want to focus my gun towards my little trap. But
yeah, is anybody following us? Can we tell if
I
anybody's
was just
following?
about to say,
For you,
I
gentlemen?
want to pull up my IR and take a look towards the trap to see if they're still coming towards us.
Yeah, me too.
You see 3 or 4 heat signatures that are making their way through, that seem to be on ground now, making their way towards you guys.
3 or 4?
Okay.
Yeah. It starts to get kind of hazy. The winds are blowing pretty high now, and the dust is really starting to pick up.
Okay.
The feed is still going, Rev.
yes, I am.
Roll awareness as well, again.
Okay.
Each one of you.
I rolled a 17.
10.
Would you roll, Otis? 4? As Rev, you start to scan down there, you notice a familiar young person down there.
Zoom in as much as my cybernetic eyes can.
He has dirty blonde hair. His lower body is cybernetics, as well as his arm. And he's wearing a tattered green jumper. And it hits you. It's Jonah.
Jonah.
That was the third one.
Jonah was the third one.
That was the little kid, right?
was
The one
fast.
who
He was my runner.
yeah, the really little fast kid. I immediately messaged Burgher. I see Jonah.
Who's Burgher?
Otis. Otis. Sorry. I immediately messaged Otis. I see Jonah.
The kid from the other day.
Yeah, that must mean the other day. Yeah, like 3 months ago. But yes, that must mean Sarai's here too.
Don't interact with him.
I gotta save him. What?
He's
What do you
going to
mean?
blow your cover. I got this building. I have no idea what it is. I don't know what's going on. Don't fuck it up, Rev.
All right, but I'm not losing sight. I'm gonna track this kid wherever he goes. If they
Don't talk to him, though.
No, I won't. I'll keep my distance. I have to see if he leads me to Sarai.
Tell him I said it. No. Okay.
Tell him I said hi.
Go
Wait,
see what's up.
Gentlemen, 3 heat signatures are coming your way. Voldo, at this point, you've kind of met up with Otis, which you immediately think to yourself, where the hell you been this whole freaking time?
Yeah, exactly. And I just ask him, what have you been doing?
Just going to nod to him like,
Okay.
in places, doing things.
All right. Well, I just turn around and look at the guys coming at us.
They're
Could I tell about how far away they are?
probably about probably about a good 100 yards away. But they're
Okay.
I'm
they're
gonna
not
just
exactly
ready up.
running towards you. They're like slowly just making their way.
They're moseying. Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. Okay. So you know what? Can I start trying to flank them by going to one side? Because since it's dusty and stormy, it's kind of hard to see. So I'm trying to be stealthy.
Roll your stealth again.
8.
Yeah. Otis, you see him try to do stealthy stuff, and you immediately think to yourself, "That's not real stealthy." As he like tries to flank over to the side, and he like trips and falls down to the ground, and like picks himself back up really quickly and kind of like dusts himself off, and then you hear the gunshot again.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go for athletics again and try and dodge this mofo.
Go for it.
16.
What Otis you see is a guy who's just super clumsy. And you think to yourself, that's pathetic. But the
This guy's
moment
an
the
assassin?
gunshot comes off, he just does like this spinning backflip. And then kind of like superhero lands, like 3-point land. And you think to yourself, exactly, you think to yourself,
Peculiar.
you do hear the gunshot as well, Otis.
Okay. I'm definitely readying up. It's still. So you say it's sandy?
The
Like,
dust
is
is
it like a
starting to kick up.
windstorm?
It's very windstormy.
Okay. If I have
The dog
IR on,
comes
does
out
that
and he just
affect
goes, "What
it?
the hell's going on out there, boys?"
I pay him no mind. Looking down the IR.
He goes, "Listen,
that
don't
really affected
pay
by
me
the,
no mind."
Don't pay me no
As
mind.
you kind of go off and do your own thing, you just gotta hear that. Don't pay me no mind.
I want to drop to a knee and kind of just aim towards where they're coming towards.
Sure. I mean, you can pull him up in the IR and see him.
Yeah, that's. I definitely want the IR on.
Do you want to do anything?
I just want to see how close they get to us.
They start to double time it.
They start to double time it.
Yeah, they're not coming.
So if
they're not angling towards you. They're angling towards where Voldo was.
Since he shot me, is he within range of my bow again?
Not yet.
They're
Okay.
heading towards Voldo.
Hmm.
I'm gonna hold.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. I'm gonna try and use temporal rift again and at least transport there again.
Ammo's expensive.
Go for it.
Alrighty. Let's see. This one roll 6, a d6,
Always.
or
5 or 6 gets it done.
4.
For some reason, you try to do it immediately right after doing this flip, and you just didn't have the focus, and you feel yourself start to flutter and go into it, and then it kind of snaps you right back physically.
Cool.
But you're making sure that you're
So I'm just gonna run.
you're taking down your exhaust, right?
Yeah, actually, that one, the temporal rift, has no exhaust cost.
Oh, okay, cool. Not a
Yep.
problem. Otis does not see this because he's obviously got his gun up. So you start to run. Where are you running towards? You do notice that they're like rock
back to-
formations again. So
Okay, yeah. Try and hide behind the rock formations and
Okay.
stuff, and try and just go away from where the guys are.
you successfully are able to hide away, but you notice that they're all kind of running towards you now, though.
Otis just
Okay.
watching. Good show.
I'm a survivalist.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just try and whisper into my little talkie thing over to Otis
Your
and
sidekick?
ask him what the fuck is going on. Yeah,
Otis.
what is he doing? What are you doing, man?
Rev
I want the element of
Rev
surprise.
hears this
I
as
mean-
well.
I've had to dodge 3 shots over here, man. Come on, at least let them dodge one.
Otis doesn't pay. I mean, Rev doesn't pay attention. He's just.
Okay.
Rev's
just
like,
watching
he's
Jonah.
so intent just like watching Jonah, like moving back and forth. He's just like,
What is he doing?
Are they gaining ground on Volto?
yes.
And we have to kill them regardless. They're gonna keep following us. So you might as well start taking pot shots
You're
from far
like
away.
trying to convince him to help you.
Just, he's got
Is
to.
this
We are.
persuasion? Are you persuading him over the
Fuck
thing?
yes, I am. I'm trying to persuade him. Yes, I am.
This is like
All
such
right.
the opposite of what was his character?
Skag.
It's Skag. He's total opposite of Skag. shoot at the drop of the hat.
So
At
you
this- at
really
this
want me to
point-
help you?
At this point,
Yeah,
Boulder,
bro.
you know
Please,
that they're like
please.
they're within range for you now, as you're having this conversation with Skag.
Just headshot one of them so they stop.
Who's the best?
running at
Who's
me.
the best? Who's the best?
Can I roll for lie?
Deception, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, let me roll deception real quick. Hold on a second. All right, 11.
Go ahead and roll a d20, Otis.
7.
There we go. Then I say Otis is the best.
For some reason or another, you feel like, well, he's being truthful.
I'm fine with whatever you say, man. You're right. You're damn right. And I'm gonna aim down my gun, and I'm gonna do Now You're Dead,
Okay,
and I can fire up to 4 shots, but I'm gonna only do 3,
sure, okay.
1 at each target. Or no, I can only do it between 2 targets. Damn. I'm gonna do 4 shots, 2 on the 2 most closest near him.
Okay, there are 2 that are running a little quicker, so they're getting closer to him. You have complete advantage. They don't see you.
All right, so 2 shots per. All right, I hit the first guy,
Okay,
and I missed the second guy
okay.
with 3s. Then
Go for it. What do you got
the
for these
first
guys?
guy? The first guy will be 9. Hit him for 9,
Okay.
and that was with a dirty round.
What does it give you? Oh, it just get corrosive?
Yes, I don't have that. Here, I'll pull it up.
Okay.
Dirty round.
Yeah, I believe that gets corrosive. Corrosive.
Yeah,
Corrosive.
I think it's corrosive. I think it's corrosive.
You ever had one of those corrosives? Yeah,
yeah,
I get that every time at Denny's.
Yeah, corruption. It's corruption.
Corruption. Okay, corruption.
corruption. Okay, nice. I see it.
Okay. With that one, the one you hit, you just see him immediately drop to the ground. It just like takes him off his feet, and just
Excellent.
drops him straight to the ground. The other one, you snap back that bolt and you fire it again, and it just goes wide over his head. You notice that the 2 guys don't even look back to their friend. They don't even know that he's dropped as they continue to keep moving towards Voldo. You have a bonus. What would you like to do?
I could do something, but I'm
Do
like,
it.
I am hiding behind rocks. I am
He
hiding
is-
behind
he is
rocks.
Behind rocks. This is true.
Because if you don't do it, I'm doing it next time.
Those
Throw a
rocks,
grenade at somebody besides
this,
me, please.
this could be very bad. So I'm gonna take a concuss. How far are they? It depends if I could do this.
you would probably need to get up and move towards them with your
Oh, I have a
movement
move action.
to toss
Yeah.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna use my move action to get close to them.
Yeah, Voldo
As-
Voldo did not get very far. He stumbled, tripped, and then did a backflip, and then ran.
I just ran up behind a rock.
He tried to
Okay.
temporal rift and didn't do that. And he went, screw this.
Crawled at the end of it.
I am going to use explosive personality.
Go for it. You're gonna toss that and then shoot it.
Yes, that's right.
You have
No.
I'm
advantage.
gonna throw concussive as
The
well.
only thing you don't have an advantage on is that the guy who's like laying on the ground just goes, "Oh man!"
Excellent. All right, I hit with
Nice.
a 6. Okay,
Nice.
now this is where
This is
I
where
might
he
get
gets,
a little.
go for it.
Yeah.
I'm so interested in doing this math.
4d4. $13 plus 6 is 19. That's concussive. It ignores AR.
Oh wow,
Nice.
that's 19 per everybody who gets hit by that, right?
Yes. That is my
Oh.
stage 3.
Well done.
You
dude.
just threw a grenade and shot it
Well
with your gun.
Yep.
As you, for some reason, your arm just feels good today, right? And you toss this thing perfectly right in the middle of the two guys that have just passed it and the other guy that was on the ground. And right as it hits, you just pull out your X-Fire and you just fire and it just explodes. Voldo, roll athletics.
You're gonna
I
need
got
that.
19, but I got 19.
Yeah, 19. You see this explosion and it's just like this concussive blast that's coming your way. And you dodge out of the way as it rips through the rock face of where you were before. And everything that was there at that moment as dust clears, you see the guy that was on the ground, Otis, is completely gone. He's not even
Nice.
there anymore. And the two other guys are completely almost like sawed in half as they're just sort of like crawling like, oh, God. What the fuck? They're just rolling and just writhing in pain and screaming.
Then they keel over and die.
You hear him just go
Not
like
yet.
spitting up blood.
Oh my God. What a personality you have.
It's explosive.
Are we done?
Yeah.
So they're all down?
The other two guys are
So-
just bleeding out and just you just figure it's moments they're gonna be dead.
I'm gonna mosey on over.
Voldo,
I'm
you
gonna-
actually now see this. You see Burgher just coming through the dirt, and you hear
Through the
Yeah.
Strolling through.
you hear him do.
I'm gonna kneel down by one of the bodies. I'm gonna take
The
the
light, the sunlight
I'm-
shining on him.
I'm gonna wipe the bloodiest one. And I'm gonna just mark straight down my forehead. After everything I kill, I do it. So I gotta do it.
Voldo, you see this. Roll a quick d20.
16.
For some reason, this doesn't seem too offending at all. You're just kind of like, wow, that's interesting.
Man after my own heart.
I'm just going to start crawling up and walking slowly towards him, kind of scared of him. Kind of not, because that was a rather unintimidating face wipe.
Yeah, it totally was. You just kind of like pooped it up and just went.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like. He's trying
It's
to like do a
clearly
little
weird.
something.
Yeah.
It's
Clearly weird.
disturbing, but it's not all that disturbing.
But regardless, I want to thank him. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Really needed that.
You see Voldo just kind of walk up to you.
I just snicker because I'm supposed to be looking at him as underneath me, right?
Are you?
Well,
He's the hired help, basically.
yeah, he's the
I mean,
hired help.
How you view him is how you view.
I thought we kind of talked about that on the side with that.
Yeah, I remember you saying
I'm a little highborn to
Yeah.
what he does, so
Yeah.
I scoff at it kind of.
Yeah.
I just snicker at him like, did it for me.
Just going to shake my head and we start walking back towards the ship.
Rev,
Yes.
you hear an explosion. You think in the distance, the alarms just start blaring.
And I just go, Otis and Subterfuge, what were they thinking when they hired us?
As you look around, roll awareness again.
Okay. 10.
Voldo, roll awareness. Otis, roll awareness.
12.
7.
The Rev just can't get off just watching Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
As you notice that tons of, I don't know, what do you call them? Like, 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 of guards are now running towards that southern wall now. The problem is like when you're looking at the feed, you want to say, Rev, look that way. But Rev's just watching this little kid just go back and forth.
Yeah, he's picking up a rock, putting it down, picking up a rock,
putting it down.
Where's Sarai? Where's Sarai?
Though, Rev, at this point, you're probably trying to you hear this going off.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to do in a situation like that?
Well, to me, anything that's happening outside is a distraction for me to do whatever I want down here.
Yeah.
So my goal is to move as close to where these slaves are being kept so I can figure out what their routine is, because I want to find out where else, like where their living quarters are, where they like make them eat. I want to kind of track where the slaves' routine is so I can find out where they go so I could find Sarai.
You notice that there doesn't seem to be any kind of compound or barracks or anything like that for them to live at all.
Okay.
So maybe if anything, they live in the caves and they're just fed however they're fed. As somebody give a follow. Hey, oh, Spy Man, dude. Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. You again, the alarms continue to keep blaring. They start to get louder and louder, and you know there's a kind of a more intense commotion. You start to hear a voice. It seems to be like high and shrilly, and you hear it's almost screaming. She goes, Fortify the southern wall. Fortify now. And you see this dark figure, hooded figure, almost robe-like, kind of like scurrying behind her with like two other almost crimson-like robe guards next to her as she moves forward. And as that happens, each of you roll awareness again.
Okay.
8.
10.
Yeah, 9.
Okay. For Otis and Rev, you see that this figure as well as starts to move towards the main platform, and another figure emerges from a crowd of other guards coming down from the top portion. She's on the coming up to the ramp. You see another familiar face, and that's the face of Walter. And with that, we will end tonight's session here on that, where our gentlemen seem to be in a little bit of a pickle here at this point.
A little bit.
Getting some information,
here.
and we will just see what happens on next week's adventure. We want to thank everybody who hung up tonight with us. We know it was a short stream. We do apologize. We just had other things that we had to take care of here, which that's life, and we're good with that. We're just glad we were able to get together. We got to see Burgher blow up 3 people.
That's pretty badass.
Wipe blood on his face of his enemies. We got to see that Voldo is incredibly gifted as an acrobat. Really bad at stealth.
But clumsy at sneaking around, yeah.
We found out that the good old doctor has internet problems, so all he could really do is sit inside and build cool stuff.
That's why it takes so long to build. He doesn't have all his, schematics online.
He keeps, as he's building this thing and stuff, he just goes, "Why do I keep getting low connection?
Come on, Wi-Fi.
Reboot." And we have Rev in the middle of the quarries, hidden away, where he has actually seen at least a familiar face in Jonah, as well as the familiar face of Walter. So with that, we will pick up next week and see what happens with our group here. I'm excited for next week because something has to go down at this point. I think the Bang Brothers are going to be just tossing grenades left and right, dude. If anyone knows, I think the reason why Mike finds it so funny because I believe Bang Brothers is a porn site.
It is. It totally is. I was wondering so hard about that. Oh man. Yeah.
Of course, it would be Odin.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely.
So do we have a van in the somewhere?
You totally do. So you totally will
Blacked
see what
out
happens
windows.
next